Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be speaking about how to maximize the break and retest. At the same time, super simplifying it, and I want to be just going over some of these zones that are marked out now. If anyone is thinking, how do I draw these zones? You should already know this by now because in my previous videos, you can check them, the last 4 or 5 videos, I've been showing exactly how to draw zones like this. Obviously, the way I show my students and the break and retest, the way I personally draw it, to pass multiple profit challenges, get payouts, become a 700k funded trader, that break and retest is a little bit different. Speaking of that, actually, let me just show you because talk is cheap, right? When you come in, there will be a link in the video description, and when you do join the Discord community, you'll see straight away, when you come to the welcome page straight away, you can see when I'm passing, phase ones in one trade, you're risking only 0.5% and catching like a 1 to 15, 1 to 16 RR. You can watch these videos, right? Passing, 2 prop firms in one day. One of my students, number 4 on the FTMO leaderboard, and he's currently 800k funded. This was another video, 1 to 22 RR trade. So I mean, passing multiple prop firms in 4 days, phase 2 passing one trade. It's, you can come here and check it out, but it's all about, skill. I don't risk 2% per trade. I don't risk 1% unless I've got create a bit of a buffer. Obviously it's all fund certificate, student success. You can comment, the link will be in the video description as mentioned. And if you're interested in a one-to-one mentorship, you can message me for that. I don't take on everyone. And I also made a super affordable course, limited time now, because I've had this here for maybe a 1 month or something, coming up to a 1 month. So I am thinking of removing this. So link will be in the video description once you join the call. It's for people who couldn't afford the mentorship. So it's only, not even 3 digits, probably the most affordable course on the internet. So now let's get to the most important part of the video. So I've got my zone. Now you can use line charts. There's videos I've made them, how to draw these zones. Now obviously I've got a few of the entries. I'm going through some of these, and there's ways you can look at this and be like, okay, where do I enter from, why I should enter. And again, it's about going to be how to maximize the break and retest. If you can get in wherever you see a lot of volume, you're already gonna have a huge advantage over everyone else. Because normally people, you must have heard, you take one trade for the day. I don't believe in that. It comes down to the individual, right? If I just take one trade for the day, I'm one of those where I just feel like I'm not doing anything productive. And I think one trade per day only suits those type of traders that will only trade at one particular time. Frankfurt Open, London Open, New York Open, whatever you want to call it, London session, New York session, at the one particular time, and then they're done. I don't like to do that. I like to trade at those times as well, but where a lot of volume is, or just by identifying volume on the charts, then aligning it with the break and retest, and just combining the whole thing, right? So I'm going to be going through this, and let's pick this one for the example, right? So we can see multiple small candles. Suddenly we see a huge bullish candle volume, right? Now obviously I've already got my zones marked. So now what you can do with this is take advantage of the fact that, okay, I want to wait for price to come back to my zone. Let's go on a smaller time frame. Let's go on a much smaller time frame, because I'm not just gonna enter one moment. Let's go on. Okay, so we got the bearish candle bringing the price, well, this one comes into the zone, taps into the zone, and we're gonna have to go to a small time frame because this is normally what happens. Let's go on to 2 minutes, because price is gonna give us some kind of a entry. Okay, we've got it. Price breaks through, price comes back down. Now we need to, obviously it's come back up here. Now what has it done here? Go on a, let me just put this on here, bullish candle closure. Let's put it in purple. What is this? This is a engulfing candlestick pattern, because it's engulfed the previous bearish candle. So let me change the color of this. Why? Because now this resistance here has been broken. So price is still making higher, higher highs. Now price comes back down. Now when, this is the support level that's created here, right? From here, price never breaks this support level. Price never even breaks, comes out of this yellow major zone. Now if I go to even put a support level here, right? It's not broken this one. It's not broken this one. Price is still hovering up here above the zone. Now what do we see here? We see another bullish engulfing. Well, this is like a morning star. I can't remember the exact name for this, but look at the bullish. Now this is obviously not the best because huge wicks at the top, indicating sellers are still, you know, lurking around. Well, sellers are still here. This bullish candle body is high, closed above this bullish candle, so buyers have started to creep in again. Now check this out, right? Check this zone here, right? The quality of the zone drawn here. Price breaks through, comes back down and tests that exact same zone as before, right? How clean is that, right? So if you went to a much small time frame, obviously on the 1 minute, maybe you'll get, let's just actually go on this. Let's see if this price actually give us a entry. This will be a super late entry though, right? Well, we can see, I mean, this is definitely going to be by far the best one, you know, when price comes obviously bullish engulfing, you know. I think you're going to play super safe. This one's going to be the better one. Let price establish itself here. But I think this was on the actually 15 minute when the engulfing pattern that I showed earlier. And then obviously, you know, price just shoots up. Now, you could have got another entry. Look at this. Look at the quality of this breakout candle, right? Look at this. The body of the bullish candles are going bigger and bigger and bigger, indicating a lot of you know, buying pressure. We've broken this resistance as well. We've broken this resistance. Price comes up, and now we're testing all this yellow zone. And obviously, this, look at even this little minor zone was respected for a while, but it's on the 1 minute time frame. But the yellow zone is the major one. And where do I see my entry? A super strong long wick rejection bullish candle. I mean, I think it's 100% candle strength. There's no wick at the top. It's super strong, a super strong bullish candle. You can take your entry after that. Now, obviously, with Euro USD tight spreads, you're gonna get away with it. Ideally, you want your stop loss either below the major zone or below the wick. Now, my own break and retest that I don't trade like this. I have a, you know, much better, higher win rate, and also, you know, my risk reward is, you know, I don't really settle for 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s. I have a bigger appetite, you know, and that's why I'm able to pass these prop firm challenges quite quickly. I remember a time when 30 days is the, you know, you like to pass phase 1, no chance. I can normally within a week maximum, and you know, sometimes even one, 2 trades, 1 or 2 days. You know, time is money, and I mean, don't get me wrong, right? The way I'm just working on this, because I'm always refining the strategy, so the breaker retest, what it is right now, it's, you know, refined. It's obviously when I refined a lot since when I first started. Because when I first started the break and retest, it was this, what you're seeing right now. And I just put it here because it should be general public information. People sell this as a course. Sometimes, and I've seen most courses, people don't even give this kind of information in a course, right? And, you know, you can purchase them out there, and you'll see the big difference between the way I'm breaking down this simple break and retest. Well, it's simple to me, and compared to, you know, you can see this huge bullish move today by Euro USD. So, I mean, consolidation here. People make, you know, obviously the students that join my mentorship, the way they draw zone, when I say to them first, right? If you was to join my mentorship, for example, you don't have to, by the way, if you don't want to. If you know, normally what I do is I say, okay, show me how you draw a zone, right? Tell me what's your edge. I don't work with everyone, but I don't work with beginners. But I always say, you know, show me how you draw your zone, how you think a zone should be. And they get it wrong, like 80% of the time, they get it wrong. Then I just have to break down what is a zone. Now, this zone, like what you're seeing here, is not even how there's zones within zones, there are trends within trends, and, you know, I can go in a lot more in depth in this. And obviously, I would love to, as much as I would love to, but it's not going to be fair on the elite mentorship program. You know, it would be fair on everyone that's joined. Obviously, I'm not going to get the odd comment, oh yeah, you know, why don't you show as well? You know, if I was to show my full strategy that made me 700k funded for free, you won't value it, right? Then it's going to be like, oh yeah, if he's giving it for free, it's I mean, so you can't really win. It is what it is. Anyways, okay, I mean, well, today is Sunday, 8:30 UK time, so within, I think, about 10 p.m, 1.5 hours, markets are going to close. So just going to do the last little pushes as I can see. Let's go over these bearish wins over here. By the way, if you are finding value, hit that like and thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already, because because I'm going to be dropping a lot of these value bombs. So anyways, okay, so now what I can see here, right, we've got resistance formed here, market is on the downside. Now let's go on a smaller time frame and look for clues. So price is respecting these areas, right? We've got a bullish break there, we've got a bearish break here. So obviously this is already, this would you know, this move would be part of this, right? So this, I can't really focus on this, so we just focus on this one, right? What I'm trying to say is that if there's any confusion, I'm not looking at this break, because this break is part of this move to the downside. This here would be a fresh move. So if you look at here, right, these are levels of support. This is the first time this candle, you could like kind of closes bearish below this level. So obviously that's a mini level, this is a major zone, major level. Price breaks through, so let's put this on replay mode. Put this on the replay mode and just go to a small time frame. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. That 15-minute look better for me. We get the break first time, multiple rejections. We've got a doji pattern, right? We've got a rejection here as well, rejection. We've got another rejection. Now look at this, a super strong bearish candle. Now if you entered off this, right, that'll be just, you're just playing it super safe. But then again, you want this above the two zones here, above these two wicks as well, and then you can get a nice 1 to 3. But if we went to a small time frame, as I mean, there it is, there it is. Look at this, it's like a staircase, well, an upside down one. Price is just tumbling lower and lower and lower, right? Look at this. Now why is this one, you know, wait 1 minute, this one in my eyes stands out the most. This bearish candle is bigger than, you know, the few previous candles. Closes, breaks these support levels, engulfs quite I mean pretty much all of this area, and you can just take your entry from here, have it above the zone to be the safe, on the safe side, but ideally above this high here, so it gives you enough breathing room. At the same time, you want it a little bit tight as well, so you can get enough out of the markets. And then just let me just hit play. Just go on back on a bigger time frame, and then that's it, easy as that, right? Now what I'm gonna do is, let me just move this, just keep that there. Okay, so I mean, I'm not gonna keep this video too long, because it's already quite late. And yeah, this is basically how to maximize the break and retest. Find your confluences, you know, it can be different for everyone. And you know, get really good at marking your zones, because your zones are going to be super important, from obviously, and where you're taking your entries from. You know, the better the zone, the more you're able to pull out the markets, and the bigger the risk rewards. And the better the zone as well, the tighter the stop loss you can make as well. And if anyone knows me very well in my mentorship, I'm always pretty much using a tight stop loss. Obviously I've got the experience, but if I just go on live trades where you can just, not many positions that were taken today from myself, but you can see here I'm always posting like 1 to 5s. You know, obviously pips, can't lie about these. You know, how with the market moves, I use magic keys. 1 to 4s here, 1 to 3. This is how prime trade was building up. You can see some of these positions that just fly to like a 1 to 11 here, 1 to 9, 1 to 8. That was two positions, 1 to 7, 1 to 8. You know, it's it just goes on and on. I think that, I believe that was a 1 to 13, another 1 to 9 here. So it goes on and on. But yeah, link will be in the video description if anyone is interested in joining a community, and if you are looking for one-to-one mentorship from myself, just give me a shout. Yeah, I hope you found value from this. Don't want to make this video too long. I'll be making more videos like these in the upcoming days. For now, take care, and I'm out.